Hello and welcomes everyone, AnthWolf here bringing you a new Let's Play of Europa Universalis 4. This time we'll be playing a campaign as the nation of Austria here in the Holy Roman Empire. Again, we'll be playing at the very beginning of EU4 in 1444 AD. And my overall goal for this playthrough is to try and go through all of the Imperial reformations you get as the Holy Roman Emperor, if we remain that way. As I say, depending on how the electors vote, we may lose the control, and the likes of maybe Bohemia may become the Holy Roman Emperor, and if so, we may then focus on just expanding within the HRE and seeing what happens. But no, yeah, that's my overall goal. I'll show you more about the Imperial reformations when we get in. I've never actually really played as Austria before. I've had a quick look, I think prior to the Common Sense expansion, but they have a sharply different playstyle than what I'm used to. So it's going to be interesting. It's going to be quite a slow playthrough rather than going at speeds 3 and 4 normally when I play as England or Portugal when I'm colonising over in the New World and playing with a lot more trade. I think there's going to be a lot more diplomacy involved playing as Austria, and so my ideas I'll be taking are going to reflect that, and hopefully it all goes well. As I say, we'll have a quick look at Austria before we get into the game. The options I'll be playing with are bog standard. We'll have no AI or player bonuses, the AI difficulty will be normal, and we'll have historically lucky nations on. I'm guessing Austria may be one of the lucky nations at the beginning of the game. I'm not too sure. I reckon France, Castile, Portugal and England generally are some of the lucky nations. I'm guessing the Ottomans are as well. Austria, because they start as the Holy Roman Emperor, I imagine they've got some bonuses to them. So yeah, let's look over at the screen here. We are in Central Europe, of course, so we are Western Tech Group, which is always nice. We are Catholic. Obviously everyone here in the HRE is Catholic at this point in time. Whether or not when the religious reformations kick in, if we'll change. I don't think we will change. It depends where the centres of reformation kick off. Obviously that might make us change our mind. We'll see how things go. It says we're an archduchy, but we actually are a feudal monarchy. That's our kingdom type right now. We have a bonus to our national manpower, and we have an increase from our vassals in the form of income plus 25%, which probably means we should take a few vassals if and when we get the opportunity. Obviously our ruler right now is the Archduke Friedrich III. He's not half bad. 251, he could be better, but hopefully we'll be able to get to Admin Tech 5, unlock our first idea group, and then use our diplomatic points to maybe boost influence or diplomatic ideas first of all. Our Austrian ideas, we start with a morale of armies plus 10% boost, and better relations over time plus 30%, which I think helps reduce our aggressive expansion as well as some other things as well. Kind of like separate piecing out, I think, wears off a bit faster. And if we complete our full length of Austrian ideas, we can unlock chance of a new heir plus 50%, which means we won't be relying so much on royal marriages. We have a few ideas here. Imperial ambitions gives us a bonus to our imperial authority plus 10%, which will be quite handy for us. Obviously I'll go into the HRE Imperial authority when we actually get into playing the game, but it also gives us diplomatic annexation cost minus 15%, which again works well with our vassals here. Obviously military frontier gives us minus 10% fort maintenance and plus 15% garrison growth. I'm not 100% sure what garrison growth is right now. I'm guessing it has something to do with our forts, because that would make sense. But it's something that's been introduced in Common Sense, I believe, and not something I've really looked into. Fuga banking, yearly inflation reduction, which is handy. Interest per annum reduction as well, always nice. a Habsburg dominance, +2 diplomatic reputation, which is going to be good if we are diplomatically annexing vassals in the future, if and when we have any. We don't at the start. +2% missionary strength is always good, especially when the religious leagues start kicking off. Austrian court, diplomatic relations +1. I think we start with 5 diplomatic relations unless it's changed. Because we are the Holy Roman Emperor, we get a +1. We get a few bonuses for being the Emperor. So we'll hopefully be making quite a few alliances and maybe a few vassals early on. And finally, +3% discipline and +30% reinforced speed. I'm not sure why it's +3% discipline. Normally you see +2.5 or +5% bonuses. But for Austria it's +3%, so take it or leave it. As I say, first of all, we'll get into the game. We'll see common sense has changed some of the historical rivals in the game. I think Austria and France are always at loggerheads with each other. And yet nowadays it's kind of random at the beginning who your rivals are, or who's rivaled you at the beginning at least. So we'll get in and see what's happening. As I say, we do have a small country size right now, only 12, one of them's over here, next to Burgundy. We have 165 development, which isn't half bad. As I say, when we played the English campaign we had 289. But we did have twice as many provinces with that development overall in. And we have a couple of forts somewhere. I think there's one here. And looks like there's one here, which I think is our capital. I think it's our capital. Anyhow, so let's get into the game and go through the usual thing of setting up the game ready to unpause. Let's crack the knuckles. Excellent. Okay, here we are. First things first. Who doesn't like us? Lithuania, Poland, Burgundy, and Venice. Ha. Okay. That's fine, because first things first, we're not going to like Venice anyway. They are in the Holy Roman Empire. Or part of them are, at least. Briscia is. But, yeah, they aren't actually, their capital isn't part of HRE, so it doesn't count. So we're going to have Venice as a rival, and we are going to probably go to war with them in the very near future. Ooh. And France has rivaled them. Oh, we could get an alliance with France. Say, normally this can't happen. Oh, we can get an alliance with Castile and England. Tempting. I say we have 5 diplomatic relation slots we can use. I think we want to make the most of them. France is really tempting. The downside would be is if France gets greedy. As you see right now, if we ally with France, say we do, and then they do the usual thing when they grow and take Brittany and take parts of Burgundy, eventually they may want to step into the HRE, and because they are a non-HRE member right now, we will automatically be pulled into the war as a co-belligerent. So, it sounds good really early on, but eventually our alliance will break. So it might be worthwhile not bothering. Even though France can be really powerful, it could be to our detriment later on. We have another rival to take. Tempted to choose Aragon, to be perfectly honest. Tempted to choose Aragon. We could of course rival Poland or Hungary. Poland would be tempting. It may be breaking Poland before they can actually get their personal union over Lithuania. But then we couldn't core it, we'd be doing it for someone else. So that may not be ideal. Don't know which way is best. Oh, we could have an alliance with Hungary. Who do you not like? Aragon, the Ottomans, and Poland. Yeah, we have quite a few potential allies here. I'd be tempted to have Bohemia. We need to choose. Basically, look, if we look at this tab, which I'll be looking at quite often. This is the Holy Roman Empire tab. I normally never look at it, because we never need to. We are currently the Holy Roman Emperor. Being the Emperor gives us a bonus to our spy offense, yearly prestige, possible advisors, leaders without upkeep, and diplomatic relations. And 49 princes and 6 free cities in the Empire give the following bonuses to the Emperor. Look at that manpower and land force limit increase. That's why we have such a large manpower. I noticed it when we first logged in. 45,000 and our land force limit's 49. Holy hell. So if we lose, if we no longer are the Emperor, when our current ruler, Friedrich III, dies, we're going to lose a great deal. So it's our best interest to try and... What this is when our ruler dies, there are 7 electors. And these electors, upon your current ruler's death, or the Emperor's death I should say, will then vote in the next Emperor depending on... and they vote for the nation. At the moment, most of them are voting for ourselves, Austria, but within the first few months that will change depending on alliances. So we want to keep these people happy. So in fact we should probably be looking at who their rivals are. So say Saxony. They don't like Bohemia. See. Mainz? I think it's Mainz, not Mainz. The Palatinate. See, they all really don't like each other. So it's very awkward. Who was the other one again? Oh, Cologne. Cologne, who do you not like? Trier. Yeah, all the electors don't really like each other. None of them dislike me, thankfully. Which is probably the lesser of two evils. I think we'll... yeah, we'll rival Aragon. Should we? Yeah, fine. We're probably going to want to go to war against Burgundy and Venice in the near future anyway. What's our current mission? I think that, yeah, it's actually Burgundy we need to go to war with early on anyway. So we'll get that claim. Suffering attrition already, so let's move our army out. We can hire a free military leader. We don't have one right now. And we don't have enough military power. We will in 3 months. Actually, we're focusing on administrative power right now. Which is fine. It just means we'll get to our administrative tech 5 faster than usual. We're barely breaking even right now, even with all the money coming from the free cities. Because we have such a high army maintenance. Can we hire any decent advisors? Not really. Not right now, at least. That's fine. We will mothball our forts. One there. And we do have a castle in our capital right now. Okay. 100% religious unity, of course. No rebels right now. Adopt a plutocratic administration or aristocratic administration. Trade income less than 20%, trade income more than 40%. Have completed trade and economic ideas, aristocratic and influence ideas. And what will that do? Change us to a noble republic. Or merchant republic. Okay. But either way, we're going to lose 4 stability if we do that. Oh, we'll see if we want to do that in the future. Probably not, the way it's going. So we need to make some alliances. Decisions. I'll tell you what, I'll end this video here. It's quite short, but I will have a think. I'll have a look around. I'm thinking Bohemia, most definitely. Thinking Hungary. Does anyone not like Hungary? Ah, you've rivaled. What we could probably do is ally Saxony. And then ally Bohemia. Because if we ally Bohemia first, then Saxony will probably dislike us. We say Saxony, Bohemia. Actually, do they have any cores on each other? No. Good. The difficulty with allying two nearby powers is that they may ally with other people who around here may want to go to war with one another, and then it'll break our alliance anyway. It might be worthwhile considering someone else. Bohemia. Cologne, maybe? Anyway, as I say, I'll have a look at it properly, and at the next episode we will start. We'll actually unpause the game and get the show on the road. So, this is AnthWolf, and I hope you've all enjoyed, and I hope you all will enjoy this series with me. As I say, Austria is going to be a different playstyle than what I'm normally used to. It's going to be quite slow, it's going to be rather diplomatic. AKA, it could be a little boring. But as I say, we'll go more into the Imperial authority at the beginning of the next episode as well. And yeah, we'll go from there. So I'll see you all next time. Until then, bye bye now.